Hi everyone, this is Jackie Murray with Ask a Tech Teacher, and I am your guide through these 32 lessons in the second grade technology curriculum from Structured Learning. We're on lesson 5, and lesson 5 is problem solving. Now this is more of an idea that you spread throughout this school year. You probably don't do it all in one sitting, although you could take one class to review the concept of problem solving, that students are risk takers, that they learn a lot from failure, that you don't expect them to get it right the first time. That's why Common Core has write, edit, rewrite, whatever else is in that list. But they expect students to make a draft, make changes, and then redo it. And the same with everything in life. You try it. If it doesn't work, you try again. You don't just say, okay, I can't do that. I'm not good at technology. Someone else will have to do that. No, we don't go there. Problem solving. You look, you see what happened, and you debug your problem and do it and figure out a better way to do it. So today, vocabulary, there's Control Z, great undo, and they're second grade. They're well able to use Control Z. They will love that undo short key when they get used to using it. It will save them many times. Keyboard shortcuts. It's very hard to remember where keys are, tools are on the toolbar, where the toolbar is. So, but the keyboard shortcut, Control Z for undo, Control B for bold, Alt F4. These are ones that they can remember and use and then keep moving forward. So great solutions to problems. Passwords, always a problem. Patterns. People love finding patterns to figure out how to do things. Short keys, keyboard shortcuts, same thing. Strategies, taskbar, username. Okay. Problem solving. I lost my work. So here we're talking about some short keys for these. Problem solving. I can't close a program. I can't save. I can't find the tool. I can't print. Okay. Could say Control P, but maybe that doesn't work. So where did you print last time? Last time you printed, where did it go? Was it in this lab? Did you print to the library instead? Because very often students will forget that they have to tell the computer where to send the printed copy. How can I guess an answer if I don't know what it is? Okay, that's a good one. Discuss that with them. The computer lost part of my project. Discuss that with them. It can't happen. What could happen is they opened it in one spot, saved it, opened it in another spot, and then did a save in the wrong location. So they aren't opening their most recent version of the document. But there are other reasons. So discuss that. Well, what happened? What would cause that to happen? It's not the computer. The computer can't say, I'm going to leave out these 2 paragraphs in the middle of your paper. They just can't do that. So what else could cause that? My hand's been up for 5 minutes. Can you solve the problem yourself? I hear this so much. I've had my hand up and you didn't come and help me. Well, let's talk about that. So discuss that with them. What's going on with that? Okay, new is problem solving. Now, sure, they have been doing it for kindergarten and first grade, but we're really digging into it now. Scaffolding these, and we're scaffolding problem solving. Essential question, how do I use technology when there are so many problems? Now, don't ever let your students think that's an issue. But that is there because many teachers feel that way. Every time I try to use technology, it breaks. And that comes across to students. So they start thinking that. So short circuit that right away. No, that's not true. Not more than anything else you do. So let's just move on from that. And then that's why we learn problem solving. They're going to, by the end of 5th grade, they're going to know the solutions to about 20 to 25 problems that solve probably 60 to 70% of the problems they'll run into with technology. So you're going to help them with that. Problem solving in technology often involves common sense and doing what worked in the past. So you're going to give them strategies. One of them is do what worked in the past. One of them is think it through. What's your common sense tell you? So you're going to give them strategies for problem solving that are going to mostly work for them. So assessment strategy is kind of the same. So you don't have to do anything, prepare anything special for this. You're just observing them as risk takers and critical thinkers. A good one for teacher prep, though, ask the grade level team, what problems do students have outside of the lab if you're teaching in a lab, or in other classes if you're teaching in the grade level classroom? What problems do they have with technology in other places that you could bring up to them and discuss? Okay, and the rest are kind of normal. Domain-specific language, know which tasks weren't completed. Okay, so they're going to start with keyboarding. This is kind of the default class warm-up. They're only doing home row right now, so you're giving them Popcorn Typer or DanceMan Typing or another program that has a home row section on it where they can just work on home row. Okay, then when you're ready to get started, you've got 3 topics you can cover, and these are going to kind of be covered throughout the year, as I said before. So problem solving overview. This would be if you're going to devote a lesson to problem solving, this is probably a good one to do in that 45-minute lesson. So discuss these strategies for problem solving. This is what you're giving the students, all of these ways to solve a problem. It will cover 90% of the problems they run into, but it's going to take them a while to integrate this sort of thinking into their toolkit. So this is the same strategies they'll get through 5th grade. So you're starting them now and they're thinking about them. So go over these, break them down and help the students solve them. Give them a problem and ask them to solve it by breaking it down into its parts, or drawing a diagram, or guess and check. Isn't that a great math solution? So go through these with them, but not just reading them to them. Have them try them out on something. And maybe save this for when you've got these problems that you collected from the teachers, and you say, okay, I know your teacher told me you guys have this sort of problem. How can we solve it using these strategies? Okay, daily problem solving. They will face daily problems as they're sitting down at the computer. Something won't work. Hardware is why we've been working on hardware since kindergarten. And they should have those down pretty well, where if the monitor doesn't work, they pretty much know what to do about it. So that daily problem, wherever they are, should pretty well be getting solved by now. So username and password, can't exit a program. These are common ones that they'll face. So might as well solve them. This is only 5, 6 of them. So might as well have the students responsible for those. But here's a list of 25. So these 25 are a good list to grab one of these and say, can't find my file. Well, let's go back here and use a strategy. Is there a pattern? You can't find my file? I don't know. Maybe there is. Not the first one I'd pick, but maybe they would. And that's what you want to see. What if they can't find their file? What's the first thing they do? Do they look for a pattern? I don't know. I'm not going to answer that one. Okay. And here's short keys that you want them to use. So these are all laid out in this lesson, so that but they apply to the whole year, and they actually apply to several years, but they have them all right here. So for that go-getter student, these are all of the short keys you really want them to think about throughout the year. And they have them in their book too. Let's see, there we go. These are the problems and these are the short keys. So they know what you're gonna face, but you're not gonna sit and memorize them all today. Okay, problem solving challenge. This is a very fun one, and I probably would do it. You could do it as to find out what they know. And you break the class into groups. You base it off of these common problems that you want them to know. And then you have them, give them 10 minutes to study the problem solving list, and then don't let them keep it. They don't get cheat sheets there. And go to group 1 and ask them, how do you solve this problem? And then give them one. I deleted a file by accident. How do you solve it? What they have to do is give one solution that works. So it could be this one. Okay, I'm going to go to the recycle bin and restore it. That could be it. Or they might have a different solution. and you are the arbiter of that. As long as their solution works, they win. They've got that point. And then go around the class. So you might have, I don't know how many class groups you'll have, but you only have 26 problems here, 25 problems. So you might go around the class 5 times if you have groups of 5. If you have 25 kids, I'll let you do all the math on that. And you might run out of time. You can't do any more than that. So then group 2 answers a question, and then keep note if you have one problem that no one can answer, that's a really good one for you to review more for them. You have this problem solving board. Students can put their problems back here. If they don't know a solution to a problem, they can stick it right up here for you. And this was a free, if they do, this is an award for the winners of the problem solving challenge. These are samples of what you might put on it, but you're going to put things that make sense to your students. Okay, so here's differentiation for different student groups. There's other, if you don't want to do this sort of a lesson, or you want to spread it out through the year and not even spend one lesson on it, here's an optional timeline of events you can do. Here's some background reading for you, how to teach students to solve problems, the secret of teaching tech, delegate. Those are good for you to read. They're articles at the end of this lesson, and more on problems students can solve. And I think that was it there. So I think, let's see, I think that's all we have. We do give them this image to show where the home row, QWERTY row, and lower row is. So you'll see that pop up for all 3 of those rows. I think that's probably it. So, So the extension suggested too for students is just to keep a list of their own of problems they encounter. They could write them right down here with their annotation tool. They could put them in the front of the book, whatever works for them. But keep their own list so that if they can't figure it out, they can ask you for help. Okay, guys, that's it on problem solving and 2nd graders. Come visit me on the discussion board. If you've got questions, I'm happy to help you with whatever you have in mind. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.